everyone, and welcome back to Can You Put Me on Guest List. This week's guest is Graham Sahara. DJ, producer, label boss, and compilation guru, Graham is one of the most well-known, respected, and loved DJs and producers in Ibiza. Awarded Best Ibiza DJ 2015 by Ibiza Clubbing Guide Awards and Best Ibiza DJ 2017 by the DJ Awards, Graham is one of the longest-running resident DJs at Pacha Ibiza, where he played for the first time in 1998. He also manages many different labels such as Do Not Sleep, Moxy Muzik, Heavy House Society, his own label Seamless Recordings, and many more.
It's like, right, it's not really so much as when you're a resident, it's not about you. It's about the people on the floor who've like paid $50 to get in there and they're paying big money for drinks. They want to be entertained. So it's not about my personal journey for the night. It's about them.
In this episode, we cover many different topics such as the role of a resident DJ, Pacha Ibiza, label management, moving to the island and having a family here, and a lot more. I had the pleasure to host the DJ Awards back in 2018 with Graham, which is where I got to know him more. We had so much fun, so I knew he'd be great to have on the podcast. Please remember to subscribe and share, and here's the show. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Yeah?
Yeah, all good.
How was your winter? I mean, we say winter months, but it doesn't actually feel like winter, does it? To me, it doesn't anyway.
Nah, it's lovely here. It's great. I mean, even like in the darkest depths of winter, yeah, we had maybe a couple of days where it got below 10 degrees.
That's it.
Yeah, but now it's here. It's still February for the last couple of weeks.
I love it when it rains here and everyone like takes videos and stuff like it's raining, whereas in every other country it's like every other day, but we're like, wow, look at the rain.
It's a disaster. I mean, imagine you're doing a party and so people go, it's raining. Oh no, party. It's going to be a disaster because everyone's going to go, nah, we ain't coming out tonight. We're going to get wet. Tomorrow it'll be dry. We'll go out then. You know, it's like, God, what would happen if it snowed? It'd be like utter like chaos.
Have you ever seen it snow in Ibiza?
I have indeed, yeah, quite a few times.
Have you?
Yeah, I've actually got my kids into the car and driven up to, quick, get in the car. We're going to go all the way up to Satellite because that's the highest point on the island. So we're going to be able to see snow there.
Oh, I bet that's so beautiful.
It is. It's something to behold. I mean, I've even seen it on the beach in San Ann.
Really?
Which is kind of strange because obviously salt and snow don't go together well. But it has settled on the beach and it's a sight to be seen.
Well, I can imagine. Well, it's definitely not going to snow sooner or later,
no,
to be fair.
But not
maybe one
like
year. No, it's not.
I'm surprised I'm not sunburnt already.
We're not going to be that long, you know. Look how warm it is and we're like end of February.
I've been burnt in February before now.
Have you?
Yes. That's the joys of having pale, pasty skin and being a ginger.
Right, let's start from the beginning. So you came to Ibiza in 1997, the age of 20, with a dream of becoming a DJ.
Indeed, I did.
So what were your first jobs here on the island when you got here? Oh, God.
No, I'm not going to start. Well, I got here and I came over like a box of records, a bag of clothes, and just walked around for about 5 days, just walking around everywhere, like all around Ibiza in SVV, not the hotel, but the area.
Yeah.
And just walking around everywhere there saying, do you need a barman? Do you need a cook? Do you need a DJ or a waiter? Just so I could find some way of earning money and stay on the island.
Could you speak any Spanish at this point?
Hola.
Oh.
That's about it.
Because were bars hiring people that didn't speak Spanish that could only speak English at that point?
Yes. I mean, there was a lot of Englishy bars or tourist bars, you know, so those are the ones that I sort of headed to first and then went over to San Ann and tried around there one day, went over on the bus and then was coming back with all my records and couldn't find the bus stop back, so I walked from San Ann to San Raf before I found a bus stop. I was horrendously burnt. I mean, really bad.
Oh my goodness.
And then luckily after that, about a day later, I found a job in SVV in a place called Moby Dick's, where I was DJing and doing the bar. Mm-hmm. So I did that for the first season, and one of the guys who works there was friends with Mike and Claire from Manumission. So every Monday we'd go there. So I got to know them, and then I got to know more and more people. And the plan was just to get to the island, find a job, and get to know people. You know, it wasn't expecting, well, I literally came with not a clue. I didn't even have a hotel booked until my mum told me about 2 days before, book a hotel, please, so you've got somewhere to stay. I was literally booking a flight and just going to
go, bye,
right,
bye,
let's
Mum.
do it. Let's sleep on the beach or something. You know, I really was quite naive back then. And So yeah, in the end, I found some work, just stayed the whole season, and ended up the season working in a place called Mr. Toffs.
Mr. Toffs
in Escanar.
Okay.
And then from there, went to start work in an after hours called Conga.
Yeah.
Where I spent quite a few years, and then from there just got started playing in places like Bazooka, Bora Bora, the bass bar when it first opened. And then obviously Vive when that opened. And then, just started doing guest spots here and there. Just the more people you get to know, the more you sort of be in it to win it, you know. And then just, eventually got to another place called Morgana, which is by the airport. If you come out of the airport and you're driving towards Ibiza town, you'll see like a derelict building. And that was a club, and I was there with the Italian crew, which was quite strange because having a very young, non-Spanish speaking English. person working for the Italians, and they all called me Graham Sahara.
Graham Sahara.
On the poster, it would always say Graham Sahara. Sara instead of Sahara. So I've been called many names.
That is so funny.
It's just because obviously they've done it on the phone. It's Sara.
That actually sounds quite good. I like it. I'm Sara.
Well, there was a DJ, it was a techno DJ back then called Sahara. And it did cause confusion because they'd be like, Sara or Sara.
What did your family say to you about you coming here at the beginning? Because 20 years is still really young, and especially if you were going without any hotel, nothing booked, nothing ready. What did everyone say to you?
They thought I was mad. DJing wasn't a thing like it is now back then. Ibiza wasn't a thing like it is now back then.
Yeah.
You know, the year I came was the year that Ibiza Uncovered happened, and that's sort of what projected it on a much bigger scale. Yeah. Sort of made the island blow up, which I suppose really lucky I came then. So I got my foot in the door with everybody before everyone came en masse looking for DJ work and the whole sort of explosion of it. And they just thought I was nuts. Yeah. Absolutely bonkers. They thought, even all my mates thought I would be back within 2 weeks.
But look.
And nearly, 23 years later, I'm still here.
23 years later, still here. Do you think that young DJs still see Ibiza as the place to go to chase their dreams?
I would think so, yes, but maybe not so much as maybe 20 odd years ago. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of, you've got places like Croatia now, which is very big competition for the island. Obviously back then we had Ayia Napa, but it was a different style. But yeah, Croatia is obviously growing in strength. And I think also it's almost like a culture thing where, it's like it's over 20 years for me here. And do kids these days who probably weren't even born when I first came to the island, do they want to come and experience what their parents did, or do they want to do their own thing?
Good way to look at it.
So, so if you've been in the game for a long, long time, it's very hard to keep down with the kids because those are the people that keep coming out and partying.
Yeah,
when you were getting your 40s and your 50s, it's like, mate, I can't cope with the hangover. I can't do it. So you've got to always look for younger people to come through. And so obviously, do they want to do exactly what their parents did? Maybe not all the time. So, I think it has spread out a little bit, but then that's maybe just the Brits. The Brits, it's been 30 years of Ibiza since the Summer of Love in 88. So they've had it non-stop for that length of time, whereas some people say from the States, Australia, other parts of the globe, well, they haven't. So for them, it's like, whoa, we're gonna go Ibiza. It's gonna be really cool. Ibiza. So it's cool for them to check out, but you've got to have fresh people coming through, which is why I suppose we have more Americans every year, because to them it's super fresh, exciting, and it's world renowned. So they all want to come and experience it. Whereas the kids from the UK and things, maybe they'll go and hit up, say, Sunwaves or somewhere like Croatia, or do a lot of festival tourism. Obviously they still come, but maybe not every single year like we were used to. But let's face it, the island's still rammed every year. It is
still rammed. It is. I guess as well, internet and social media has changed all of this as well, because now people don't have to physically be somewhere to network all the time. You can kind of just do that online.
You can do. Word of advice for people here.
Don't do it.
No, you can do. But the amount of messages I get from people I've never even met said, can I warm up for you? I'm like, I'm the warm up. You can come and warm up to me for the empty club when it's closed. You know what I mean? But you ain't going to get paid. You're just like, what's going on? you've still got to be physically there. You can get to know people a little bit if you've gone and met someone, you've been there, met someone, and then you keep in touch with them. That is the good thing of social media. But hitting people cold calling, it's like, right, you get a cold caller from someone saying, right, we want to offer you car insurance. It's like, yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, okay, bye.
Swiftly moving on, you know.
Yeah.
So people have got to understand that it can be very good, but at the same point in time, you've got to understand that you've still got to have met someone first, you know.
Yeah, definitely. When you started your residency at Pacha and also at KM5, which was back in 2001, did they come about also because of people that you knew and people that you'd met and from what networking on the island?
Yeah, 100%.
Cool.
So when I was playing in the bass bar when that first opened, the bar next door to that was called The Rock. Mm-hmm. It's still called The Rock now. And Vaughan, the promoter from the Funky Room, was involved with the Rock Bar. And so he could hear because back in the day we used to be able to have music blaring out onto the terrace before the age of limiters. Yeah. So I made sure he could hear what I was playing, as well everybody else on the terrace, you know, crack it right up. Probably why they got the limiters. Sorry, everyone.
Graham's Sahara's fault.
It's all my fault. So he could hear what I was playing. He was like, right, that's suitable for the Funky Room. So then he started to invite me down and, you know, and just had me in there and play more and more. And then eventually gave me like the residency there. And one of my neighbours happened to be the manager at KM5, so he would come down and sunbathe in the garden, and I'd be practicing on my decks in my room, and he'd knock on my window because I was on the downstairs part. He'd knock, and I'm like, oh, is it really loud? He said, no, turn it up. I want to listen to it whilst I'm sunbathing. I'm like, wait.
What a neighbour. What a neighbour.
Top neighbour. Big up Mino.
Yeah. Are you still friends now?
Yes, although he's left the island. He's recently left the island, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, I still keep in contact with him. He's a good guy.
Oh, so your beginnings at Pacha, did you say to me before that you started in which room?
The Funky Room.
You started in the Funky Room.
Yeah, the first time I played there was 98. Where there was two DJs, Sean Campbell and Joan Ribas, who went on to become the mayor of Ibiza.
Oh, God.
I love it.
I know. It's so random. Is this just, these things only happen in Ibiza?
It's crazy. And so, yeah, they let me on. And Vaughan, they let me on have a session there in the 98. Then I would come back and just like do little guest spots here and there. And eventually, just Vaughan said, like, right, you're our new resident in 2001. And here we are.
And here we are now. So as a resident, you must have played for so many different types of crowds, warmed up and closed for so many different DJs. How's being a resident helped you evolve as a DJ?
It has been really good. It's an interesting kind of thing in terms of learning how to control the floor and understanding. People get very sort of, you play commercial, you play this. It's like, right, there's good commercial tracks, there's shit commercial tracks. Oh, sorry, can I swear?
You can swear. You can
right.
We've had a lot worse on here. Do not worry.
I'm sure. So, you know, there's good commercial tracks, bad commercial tracks. The same with underground. You know, there's good music, bad music. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, so it kind of understands. It's like, right, it's not about you. It's about the people on the floor who've like paid $50 to get in there and are paying big money for drinks. They want to be entertained. So it's not about my personal journey for the night. It's about them.
I love that you said that. That's you know, cool.
So obviously I think, right, I'm starting. So-and-so's after me. That's the sound that they play because obviously they're the headliner. People are paying to see them. They're not really paying to see the resident, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, we might have to change
that.
They
will.
Yeah, but not in this. They will, but you know, your headliner is the headliner for the reason. You know.
Yeah.
That's why people are paying most of the money. So you've got to sort of think, right, we're going to start here. We've got no sound in the room whatsoever. And finish at that sound there. So I can be on a sort of personal journey, but it's got to be suitable to the crowd that are coming to see what the headline is going to play. So it's got to be fitting in with their vibe and not to go overboard too early. Mm-hmm. And obviously people, if you walk into a room and you walk in there and there's nobody in there and it's like bang, 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 you'd be like, what the
it's
going on here?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like creating a bit of ambience to start off and maybe just a bit of just chords or anything, you know, to start off with. So you've got a bit of sound in the room, warm up the speakers and the amplifiers, and then you just build it and build it and build it, and people just come in and start toe tapping. And you know, people want to get a drink for a start. If you get them straight to the dance floor, hands in the air, non-stop, and then have they spent any money? Well, if they've not spent any money, is the club going to be too chuffed with that?
Yeah.
Well, are you going to get booked back? Because if, say, I've got in there and people come and go to the bar and control the floor, so they go to the bar, they spend money, or you've had a person who's played, rocked it, fair play, but no one's left the dance floor. Well, they've not earned any money. Who's getting rebooked?
Yeah.
You know, So there is method to my bizarre madness.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, be worried if people are walking out the front door, but at the same point in time, don't worry if they leave the floor, because they might be going to go and get a drink, which is good for you.
Yeah, definitely. I've never thought of it that way before. So it's good for a DJ to be a resident DJ, because you learn so much about the crowd that you're playing to and the music you're playing, right?
And the business of it all.
Yeah, and the business, of course.
You know, it is a business at the end of the day. I mean, it's one thing to think, right, I love playing my style music and everything, but you've got to understand, you know, you've got a spot in a club where they have got to sell tickets, they've got to sell drinks, to pay all the staff, to rebook you so you can get paid. It is a business.
Yeah.
You know, so whilst you've got to try, it's balancing out what you want to be able to do with what you can. What you've got to do, you know, in terms of making everything work for the night, and it's good for doing that. The only downside with being a resident is maybe having to play so many different styles. When I was like producing, playing so many different styles, and then you'd finish, next day get up and get into the studio and you think, right, I'm going to make a track like that today because I was on that vibe last night. And then you go and play a different vibe, and the next day you open up the file again and think, no, I'm going to change it to this vibe because I was doing that vibe last night. And then it gets very, very difficult.
Bit confusing.
Because you're always making different styles and just basically never finishing everything because you're making this, just changing what you've done from the night before.
Yeah,
so,
makes sense.
You know, it can be quite tricky that to define a sound that is you. So whilst it can be good to be the resident, it can be quite hard to push it to the next level to define your sound, unless you're really strict with saying, I will only do this. But then if you've only got a few months to make any money and you're only going to do one sound, it does kind of cut you off a little bit.
Yeah.
And you will get pigeonholed, but maybe you can push it to the next level. But otherwise you just become sort of the resident, which is great. But then it's quite difficult to push it a little bit further, if you know what I mean. There's not many people that club residents here that I could say have really gone on to forge a good production-based touring schedule, really.
Yeah, that's interesting. So you've been there for around 20 years at Pacha. You must have seen everything. You must have loads of stories.
I've got a lot of stories. I thought I'd save some for my book.
Yes, please. What an amazing book that would be.
There might have to be a lot of name changes in there to avoid divorces and getting sued and all sorts. But no, I mean, I've seen it's been mad. I mean, back in the day in the funky room, for example, like a tiny little room would be the last room in the club to close.
Yeah.
Like the main room's cleared, all the lights are on, and we're still going at 8 o'clock in the morning. People like Puff Daddy, we got Shakira, all these Keith Richards, all these people come up there because it'd be very chilled. Yeah, a good time, and everyone be like, even JK, and everyone just enjoys it up there.
And
it used to be a place where all the DJs like Louis Vega, Kenny Doe, they'd all come, they'd all want to jump on the decks, all play for free, just have a good laugh. It was that kind of thing, you know. It's obviously changed a little bit now because it's so much about the headliner in the main room, which is the case in every club these days. It's all about the main room. So the side room kind of gets a little bit overlooked, which is something I'm working on changing.
Lovely, love that.
You know, because then it becomes focused on one room, and you know, and then it's very difficult to fill all the other rooms without a lot of hype. So you know, we're going to work on that for this year.
Yeah, cool. If you could relive a year in Ibiza, which year would it be?
Ooh. One of the early years, because I probably can't remember much of it. It'd be good to remind me what I did. Luckily, we had no social media for that either.
Yeah.
I might not still be there now if there was.
Graham, you would be.
I'm not sure.
Do you think that your career so far is what you dreamt of when you came here when you were 20 years old?
If I'd have told myself when I came here, you'd still be here now, you would have achieved all that I've achieved, I'd have been like, you're taking the fucking piss. I would be amazed, to be honest.
If you could give yourself, your 20-year-old self, some advice about the music industry, what would it be? Something just went through your mind.
Yes, the key to networking. Literal keys. It's all about being in it to win it. You've got to be in it to win it. No one's going to knock on your front door and say, "Hey, do you want a gig, mate?" Because I will have already beat you to it. Because I'll have been in the club the night before and spoke to him and got that gig before you.
Yeah.
That's all. It's all it is. The music industry. It's who you know. People can get really jealous. Oh, but why is they doing so well? It's like, well, mate, because they've been grafting it.
I make moves.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you don't make the moves, you ain't gonna get no grooves.
Yeah. Ah, nice. Did you just make that up on the spot?
Here we go. I'll start rapping soon.
Yeah, go on then.
Got any paper?
You also manage a lot of labels, which are?
Presently, Do Not Sleep, Rival Club. Cuckoo Land Ibiza, Rival Club. Then we've got Darius Rossian's Moxy Muzik. Then we've got Sydney Charles' Heavy House Society. Then I'm just taking on actually Marty and Luca Donatelli's Wow. Yeah, Rival Club. And then what else was there? Seb Zito's 7 Dials. Then I've got my own label, Seamless. And there's a couple of other catalogs that I own with my partner, Woot Records and Kinky Vinyl. So it's quite a lot. I'm probably forgetting one or two.
That is a lot.
Yes, another one for Igor. Igor's just starting one, so I'm going to help him out with that one as well. Paradolia. That's not a rival club. Rival radio.
Rival radio.
So yes, I mean there's a lot, but it's something I really enjoy. It's kind of and getting a bit older, so I don't want to be out in the clubs every single night.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to have a little bit of a change myself.
Yeah, nice. When did your label start?
Well, I mean, Seamless, when my partner started it back over 20 years ago. And then with Bar Grooves, which then sold to Simon Dunmore. And at that point, and that's when I came on board, and we created Seamless, and that was 2008.
So you've always been pretty involved with labels, managing labels.
Yes, yeah. I mean, we did a lot of compilations for a lot of brands, a lot of venues like Pura Beach. In Mallorca, Ocean Beach, or O Beach, we say, rival club.
It's changed so many names, hasn't it? Ocean
Yes.
Beach, O Beach, there's had a couple.
Can't keep up. You know, and then like with brands like Crash, Flying Circus, places like that. So it's just a lot of compilations. Obviously, like I said before, is the compilation business has changed dramatically now with the age of digital and streaming and SoundCloud and Spotify. The way people consume their music has changed dramatically. So it's just it's been interesting, but it's obviously something I've always followed and found enjoyable. So,
for people that don't know, what does a label manager's job consist of exactly?
I've got to be careful. Got to make sure there's a lot of notes here. Make me seem I'm worth it. Right. Well, I mean, basically, I would work with the label owner. So let's use like an artist like Sydney Charles, for an example. So Sydney, he goes, right, I like this track. I want to sign it. Okay, cool. Put me in touch with the artist. Then I sort out all the contracts. Then make sure we get all the artwork coordinated with the artist, make sure it's all spelt correctly. Then sort all the back end out with getting it released.
Did you say to make sure it was all spelt correctly?
Spelt correctly, yeah, because it's quite difficult. Sometimes people, like, if they have a space in there, that's got to have a capital letter. No, that's a lowercase, etc.
Yeah, okay.
You know, people get really anal about these things.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's their artist name, but it can be quite tricky.
Some people do make it tricky nowadays, though, don't they?
Especially people who are removing
caps locks, little, you know.
And then you've got people who are removing vowels. It's like, how on earth am I supposed to say that on the radio?
Oh my goodness, I'm so glad you said that. That's happened to me so many times.
So
and I'm
frustrating.
like, I'm going to look like an idiot now because I don't know what you're trying to say.
My manager said, oh, it's great, but you said the artist's name wrong. I said, well, you took all the vowels out. What am I supposed to say?
I know. And then I feel really stupid asking, but then I'm like, I'm sure other people have asked. I'm sure I'm not the only one that said it. I think it was, are they called Another?
You have to say what?
No, it's not.
I did a podcast with Pioneer. I had them on the radio and I kept calling them a Notre.
So did I. I was like, today we've got with us Notre. And then they were like, Another. And I was like, oh, Another.
Yeah, I felt like a right Burke when they told me that. They sent me a voice note. And there's another girl actually that... she's Irish. She's a really good DJ. I actually had to voice note a friend of mine. Said, look, can you do me a favour? I've got to try and pronounce this girl's name. And she's Irish. And I think it's... I'm going to embarrass myself. Saoirse.
Sorry, say it again.
Thirsty. It's hard because it's an Irish name.
I think I know who you're talking
it's
about.
It's written in Irish, and it's. I had to get a voice note, and I was trying to record it, and my friend was listening and laughing. You can struggle with these names, so obviously trying to get these people's names right on their artworks and making sure everything's done with the promotion and ensuring, when you're doing radio plays and things like that, people want their names said right. So the label manager has got to get that sorted as well.
Yeah.
Sorting out publishing, doing all the distribution, promotion, making sure everything's registered properly. So if it does get played on radio, then they get their money, etc., etc. It's a lot of back end sort of things that. People think, right, we just release a record, there's the artwork, there you go. Nah, it doesn't really work like that. There's a lot more. There's an art form to it, and it is kind of a bit of a game of numbers as well. But, there's a lot of coordination. It's being coordinated.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have been so good at that 20 years ago.
But you are now.
I'm good now. I'm good for that.
Good. Since you came to Ibiza, I believe you've never moved back to the UK.
Nah.
Now you have a family here, you're married, you have your children here. How is bringing children up here in Ibiza?
It's quite interesting, actually. I mean, I quite like it, although I haven't done it anywhere else.
Yeah.
to compare with, but I quite like it just because the kids in the school, obviously I've grown up almost with a lot of these parents now,
Yeah.
Grown up from a party kind of thing. We've all got on very well for many, many years, and but obviously there's so many. It's such a cosmopolitan island. There's so many people from around the globe here, so you can go to the parents meeting and you'll have, say, 25 people in the class. There'll be 10 who are Ibicenco, you've got another 5 who are Spanish, then you've got a German, a Dutch, English, and Italian.
Nice.
And it's so cosmopolitan. So they don't get sort of stereotypical, almost one nation brainwashing kind of thing. It's just like they're like that.
Yeah.
It's not you've got stereotypical like a German person or an Italian or anything like that. That's just how they are. So they don't grow up with that kind of stereotype kind of way. They just don't see it.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. I really like that because we're all one love, one world.
We are.
We're all European.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not all. But being as their mother's Colombian.
Okay, makes sense.
But it's like we grow up in that kind of thing where we're all human, we're all not, so we don't have that whole country stereotypical thing, which when I go back to the UK, I think, whoa, it feels weird around here.
Yeah. Do you know what? I went to Spanish school because I moved here when I was 12 years old as well. And I honestly think it was one of the best things that my parents could have ever done, because just as you said, everybody in my class was from a different country, and it was just so nice, like learning about different cultures and like hearing different languages while you're in class. There was even one year, I think when I was like 15, well, I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing, but there was not even one Spanish person in my class. Wow. At a Spanish school. We were Italian, English, German, Chinese, Japanese, Russian. And yeah, it's really nice to grow up like that.
I think so. And it just makes you feel very international. And obviously then maybe coming from here, I mean, some friends of mine, they've got an older child, and it's not a big, massive island. So what are they going to do for jobs? So when they get older, maybe they'll go to Barcelona, go to university or things like that. But then also they've also got friends whose parents have come from around the world. So maybe they've gone back to Holland, or they've gone to LA, or they've gone here. So they've now got friends all around the globe.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, rather than having a friend 5 minutes around the corner, these people can go, kids can go and fly around. I'm going to go stay with my mate over here. I'm going to go stay with my mate.
Nice.
They can it just makes the world so much smaller for them.
Definitely.
And maybe because they speak so many languages here as well.
Yeah.
Some kids can speak obviously English, Catalan, Spanish, working on getting some other languages as well. But imagine like my friend Martin, he's Dutch, his ex is Brazilian. So obviously now he's got Portuguese, Dutch, English, Spanish, Catalan. Now you start being very multilingual, well, that opens up a lot of doors for you in the new world. So
definitely,
then you can fly around the globe and meet people that you've grown up with, so you're really good mates with, and you can be all around the globe and communicate with everybody. So I mean, it's a really massive plus.
And on top of that, what a beautiful place for them to grow up.
Yeah, it's great.
I mean, next to the sea, everything that's going on, like it's just gorgeous.
It is cool. I mean, a lot of people bring up maybe issues of the whole party thing of the summer. But I mean, I know a lot of my friends have grown up here, and yeah, some drink and party, and some don't.
Yeah,
you know it doesn't really make that much of a difference. You could be, and you don't get a lot of crime here, or maybe a bit more recently with the influx of money, but it's still not like, right, I'm going to go maybe, I don't know, I don't want to do down on anywhere, but some parts of maybe London or wherever, you think, right, I'm not going to be worried about letting my kid out on the street till midnight.
Yeah.
We just don't have those kind of issues here.
Do you know what? Recently, I don't know who it was. I'm trying to think, but I said something about schools in Ibiza, and someone went, "What do you mean? There's actually schools in Ibiza?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's actually a place where people live all year round. You know, it's not just what you think, where you just come and go."
What do you think we do? We just put a padlock on it and stick that on at the airport.
Okay, bye. We'll be back 6 months time.
But that's the beauty of it all. It's like in the winter, it's so chilled. Everyone gets to hang out with people. In the summer, you don't see anybody.
You don't.
You have say summer friends or whatever. Maybe it's like you have winter friends and summer friends. But in the summer, you still working loads.
Yeah.
So, if you live here all year round, you've only got like 5 months to make 12 months money, because there ain't so much money here in the winter unless you can earn it off the island during the winter. So, you've got very little time to make that money. So you just work non-stop.
Yeah.
Like day, night, day, night, day, night, day, night. So
how do you find that balance between your day life and night life?
I find it with a lot of coffee.
That's
to be honest,
secret.
a lot of strong coffee.
Yeah.
The swings, it's intense. And aromatic. It could be, but yeah, it's just intense, and then it's just beautiful in the winter. And you get to see all your mates that you just haven't seen for 5 months, and you maybe see them, and you be like, "Hey, how you doing? I'll have a shot with you, and I've got to go." That's it. You don't have much time because your work schedule and their work schedule, and it's just like And then in the winter, we've like, right, let's get 20 people around for dinner.
So nice. Sunday roasts, walks, lovely. Where do you think the best Sunday roast is in Ibiza, by the way?
My gaff.
Yeah?
Oh, I love
I'll
making...
be round on Sunday, 2 p.m.
Like a ritual in my gaff. I love it. I take my time, get the laptop open, sit there, watch the football whilst I'm cooking the roast. I have my little it's my second man cave is my kitchen. So the kids can be watching the TV and I can just have peace and quiet, watch football and cook. It's great. I love it.
So
I just take my whole time over it, especially now you get loads of games all afternoon.
Yeah. That sounds amazing. What are your plans for 2020? Anything coming up?
Well, I've got a few things in the pipeline, a few meetings scheduled because we're all getting on that whole vibe now. Where we're organising what we're going to be doing in the summer. I'll probably be doing quite a lot of similar things to last year, whereas like places like Cafe Del Mar, and then Pacha still, unless there's been a change that I don't know. But not there. I'll still be there. Manifesting positive
You've done
vibes.
Done it for 20 years there now. I'm sure that you'll still be there this year.
Summer number 20 there. We've got to get through that.
What a special year, 20 years.
Yeah, I know. I mean, some clubs don't even last that long, let alone a resident.
That's amazing.
So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And then just like obviously with the labels, I want to get back into the studio, do a lot more tracks now. The kids are older and they don't sort of need lots of attention non-stop. They can sort of go and join their mates or just do their own thing. Because it's obviously when they're about 2 or 3, it's a bit more difficult. Making sure they don't fall over, knock anything over, destroy anything, hurt themselves. You know, you want to play with them, spend time. Now they're sort of doing their own little thing. So that allows me a bit more time to be in the studio doing my own thing and, and just... not get back to how it was, but just move forward in a different direction.
Yeah, nice. And finally, I ask everybody if they can give a guest list rule, seeing as this is called Can You Put Me on Guest List? So what would your guest list rule be?
I've actually got a little post on Facebook where there's about 4.
Oh, you could give us 4. Oh, I've had lots.
The first one being, is Graham actually playing tonight? Because you might have people that phone me up and go, can you stick me on the guest list? It's like, you coming to see me play? No. And I'm like, well, no, then. Well, why should I? All random people who hit me up on social media, like, can you put me on the guest list for Solomon? It's like, no, and I don't know who you are. I said, yeah, well, why don't you ask Solomon then? Well, I don't know him. Well, you don't know me either. Maybe just like, when doing it, if you're going to ask someone to put you on the list, especially a DJ, find out if they're actually playing, and at least come and say thank you if they do it, because actually turn up, always turn up, always say thank you if they do it, because there's lots of people who say, oh, I didn't make it, or I couldn't find you, or this or that. It's like, well, I could have stuck a lot of other people on the guest list.
Exactly.
So make it worthwhile that someone actually puts you on the guest list.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It was so nice to see you, so nice to chat to you, and I hope we get to hang out more this summer. I know
Likewise.
It's hard, but...
Well, I'm trying to make it so I can have a bit more of a normal kind of life this time this year, so I don't just work day, night.
Yeah.
But, well, it's early days yet.
Yeah.
I'll probably just
we'll see what happens in May.
I'll
we'll
just
be
say
like, sorry.
yes to absolutely everything again, and then just end up stressing.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's what I do. I'm like, I say yes to everything, and then I'm like, why have I taken everything on?
Yeah, well, that's because it's coming to the winter, and then in the winter you think, thank God I did that.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for asking me.
Of course. See you soon.
Bye.